what we were looking for. We were just taking a step at a time and working with what we got, with what we knew at the time. So to even speak about the manifestation of connecting with this water. Oh, the legend is in the building. Mama made it. My boy Kamal Bell in the building. Shout out to Sankofa Farms. Heavy energy. Man, look, let's talk about the manifestation of that on top of not knowing exactly where you at and where you going. So me and this good legendary brother, we met in college at A&T. We were both like getting into a space of community building. We knew we wanted to, you know, push our families and our communities forward, our people, our whole people, our nation forward, you feel me? And we didn't know, you already know what it is. Look, we didn't know exactly what we were going, what we were doing. But when I connected with this brother, like, let me see, I don't know, somewhere between 2011, 2012, we lost track of each other. And man, probably 2015, 16, 17, something like that. By the time I connect with this brother, he got a whole 11, 12 acre farm going on, whole youth program, developing black farmers, you feel me? Like, man, that joint was heavy. That joint was powerful. Like, that was super motivation. It was like, as I'm still trying to find my way in exactly the specific impact and how I'm gonna have the impact that I'm looking for and needing to have, that definitely gave me a whole nother level of motivation, whole nother level of knowing the power of manifestation that we have. And yeah, man, I know we ain't seen nothing yet. This brother about to have 1,000-acre farms and all types of crazy. Sure, he gonna have some kids with 1,000-acre farms. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? He about to have a whole squad. You know what I mean? A whole squad up, because it's just powerful to like see. You know what I mean? The kids getting that type of education. You know what I mean? Like them around it, the way that, you know what I'm saying, it used to be. You know what I mean? Now it's like this like different thing, because some of we so detached from it, you know. So to see it, you know what I mean, to see them hands on, to see them seeing, you know what I mean, honey, you know what I mean, be made and not even be afraid of, you know what I mean, everything that's going on around. Like that's a beautiful, you know what I mean, powerful space to be able to create, you know what I'm saying. But y'all link back up in 2017.
Yeah, man, look, I appreciate you, my good brother. For the water donation, you can cash out the S.O.U.L Society NC, and we'll definitely get that out. We do what we call the Hydrate the Hood movement. So that'll be love to go towards that, because we already cooking up our next one for January. So yeah, Hydrate the Hood, which is really, and beautify the block. So we go out into different communities that we choose for a day, bring the community together to go out, clean up, and give water away, you know? So yeah, that's major love. But yeah, I'm just saying, so we linked back up in 2017 or whatever, and I'm seeing this great work that the brother is doing, and it just like motivated us to like kick it up into another gear. Like, we really need to be on this farming type time, you feel me? So over some years, couple years, me and my brother here, we talking about different survival skills programs, different youth development programs, so the youth can learn how to, you know, develop their own agriculture, feed themselves, fishing, just different survival stuff, filtering water. There's different basic things that we all need to know how to do. And then I always like hesitate between saying we dragging our feet, because we was putting in work, but at the same time, we didn't put the time and attention towards securing ourselves, like our basic needs. Like, all the other stuff is good. We selling shirts and all that is great. You feel me? Selling bundles, things of that. That's great. You feel me? But we gotta be able to feed ourselves as a people. Like, if we can't feed ourselves, then we always gonna get the short end of the stick, because we don't have the power. We don't have the influence. Like, we just gonna be dependent and hoping and asking for somebody else to save us, when we could really get out here and save ourselves, especially our future. Because some of the struggles and things that I don't have access to, I can't not develop that for the future, you feel me? So my kids can't have the same song and the same story. Like, they gotta be talking about how much power that they got, and it's what they used to. It's all they know. Like, all they know is going out into their backyard and not worrying about who did what to their food out of the grocery store. or if all the water is being brought up off the shelf. So yeah, let me get into 2020. So, oh yeah, definitely go to the YouTube, subscribe at Soul Society NC. Yeah, we appreciate y'all. Share this video. We appreciate all that love. We receive all that. So yeah, 2020, we get into this corona economic and health pandemic, you feel me? And we looking around, I'm like, dang, you could have $1 million and not be able to get no water. Cause we had that space of time where everybody had bought up all the water and different essential things like, excuse me. And at that point, I realized like, dang, what if they do buy up all the food and get crazy like that? Like, so I started asking, like that was the first part of being intentional about manifestation, you feel me? I didn't know exactly what I needed and how to go get it, but I knew the first thing I was gonna do is just simply ask. So I just started asking people. Simple as that. Like a lot of times people are like, how y'all do that? How y'all get there? How y'all connect with them? Just started asking. You feel me? Like, how y'all get a check to go out to Portland and do an art event? He just called and asked. Y'all got opportunities available, or can we come create an opportunity for ourselves? And they was like, sure, and we'll pay you for it. Well, yeah, but
I mean, you just gotta ask or like just go for. You gotta put up shots. I guess that's
you gotta ask and
like,
do at the same time as well.
It's crazy because like people see our yeses, you know what I mean, in the wins, you know, and stuff like that. But man, there's so many lessons behind that. You know, can't even call them losses at this time because we done learned from each of those, you know what I mean, different things, you know what I mean. But the lessons that have happened behind it have been miraculous. You know what I mean, to even bring us to that point. You know what I mean, man, so many no's, so many nahs, so many nothings because people don't reach back, you know, sometimes. You know, so, and it can be discouraging, you know, if you allow it to just discourage you. But nah, man, like, man, listen, you know what I mean, to have the idea to just be like, where are all the farmers? You know what I mean? Who are the farmers that I can connect with? You know what I'm saying? Whether you way out there, you know what I'm saying, on wherever you at, all right, boom, I need to connect with you too because we need to be able to bridge, you know what I mean, ideas. Because if I'm connected with this farm over here and you got that and there's food shortages, then we can barter, we can trade, we can do whatever. You know what I mean? To be able to even think of, you know what I mean, them type of systems, you know what I mean? It's easy, just ask. Just ask. You know, nothing came from sitting and wishing, you know, and hoping like, dang, they gonna save us because like the food shortages are coming. You know, that's gonna be one of the ways to try to squeeze people out. You know what I mean? To try to create, you know what I'm saying, more slaves. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the food shortages. You gotta get this vaccine. or you ain't gonna be able to eat. You know, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna dive into all of that. But yeah. Just being able to stay connected. Cause I wonder, you know what I'm saying, what type of other networks is about to happen. You know what I mean? I know Kamal connected to somebody, you know, somewhere else that's doing something different. You know what I mean? For the people that eat meat or those that don't eat meat or just use animals for clothes or you don't use them at all because you don't want PETA on your tail.
Yeah, they say the food shortage is gonna ramp up in 2021. So let me, all right, we're gonna get into look, we got a future ahead of us, but we living in today. How we wanna prepare today for the future? Like, we can't continually to sit back and hope and wait and worry, just sit back worrying. We gotta be intentional. We gotta know, like, out of 2020, I gotta be able to feed myself. How can I connect with local farmers? How can I get a half an acre, quarter acre to grow on? You feel me? Who got land around me that I could grow for 2? You feel me? Just let me use your land. I'm gonna grow for 2, and we that's our barter right there. You got the land, I got the work. You feel me? Yeah, they say start stocking up. Yeah, definitely. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? If get the essential foods, but definitely, like I said, just ask where the farmers at. Like, look for it, Google it. Like, some of this stuff we be waiting for somebody to bring it in and set it in our lap. Like, I was once doing stuff like that, but now I'm out to go get it. I'm out to go find it. You feel me? So I'm like, I started asking where the farmers at earlier when all this pandemic first really popped off and got crazy a little bit. Next thing I know, the water finds us. You feel me? Somebody asked like, "Do you want to go take this trip to this farm?" Oh yeah, let's jump in. I don't even know why we didn't think of that. Yeah, pop in. But somebody asked me, my boy Kana, you feel me? The good sister Boniswa. Yeah, I don't know what the good sister Boniswa, she was trying to put us on and connect us with this man that had his own land, self-sustainable community, and his own water source. And when I took a trip and tasted that water, I was like, yo, this tastes clean. It almost felt crazy to say that because my whole life has been stuck in the box of depending on somebody else's water and resources. So all I've known was, I guess, these different waters. I thought Fiji was decent, but then I realized it's not a living water by the time it gets here. And it's not necessarily, more than likely not from the Fiji Islands, but at the end of the day, it's like, how can I get closer to my own sources? You feel me? And how can I be the producer or get next to the producer of any and everything, especially the basic necessities. But yeah, what's good, my good brother?
Nah, anytime y'all start getting on live, I always click on.
For sure.
Y'all love me. My son's in the back yelling and stuff. My other son's about to come over here and he always looks on live. But I appreciate the conversation because it's like, it's funny because like, if you went to the shade room like right now, right, you would see like thousands of people engaged in that content.
Oh yeah.
Nothing, right? But then you actually come to where we're actually talking about actually where the society is going, and people they'll jump in, but it's the entertainment aspect that we want all the time, and everything doesn't come like everybody doesn't understand it that way. It's the thing that's getting ready to happen, and I'm happy y'all touched on it. Is that like the water is a real big pillar in what we need. Like we have Will, when I was talking to Hakeem about it, and he was telling about the water that y'all said like has like 180 minerals in it. Like Will water might have 50, and it tastes better than the sink water. But the fullness that you feel from just the water alone can carry you into one aspect. And then the food from the other side carries you into the aspect. Like, I don't know if people have been paying attention to the grocery stores, but the aisles aren't even stocked anymore. Like, what they've been sending, you can literally tell they've been sending employees messages to pull the food up to make it like the shelf stock. Before Corona hit, the shelves, it was full. Like, the shelves were full. They were throwing out plenty of food in the grocery stores. But now when you go, the biggest identifier is the meat aisle. Now, I don't think a lot of us I don't know if a lot of us correlated, but the animals are eating vegetables. And if the meat aisle is short, that means that the corn and the other vegetables, specifically the corn, that aspect of it is short. And I don't think we're correlating that. So the food shortage is already here. We aren't consciously paying attention to it. The aisles look a little bit more full compared to when Corona first hit, but there still is a major shortage in the food. And once we go into the water aspect of it, I think another part of it, those aquifers in the Midwest are almost depleted. And people don't touch on that. Of course, that feeding the cattle, and then feeding the chickens and feeding the pigs that we all are consuming. The food shortage is already here. We just aren't cognizant and y'all are paying attention, but the majority of us aren't paying attention. We always think the grocery store is going to fulfill us of our food needs, our dietary needs, and it can't do it. I'm already having people who have transitioned to vegan contact me and look, the produce in the stores is trash. Can we start getting produce from your farm? My first thought is, dang, you should have been getting it from us anyway. But those impending food shortages are already hit. Restaurants are starting to close. I think they said going into next year, to 2021, 11,000 are supposed to close. And with that happening, you think about where a lot of the jobs are. A lot of the agricultural jobs are in service jobs, like those restaurant jobs, like fast food. A lot of these industry restaurants, they get ready to close. So we're getting ready to see something real interesting happen. There's going to be a large demand for food that's just not simply there.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, like, we got right now. You feel me?
Yep.
That's what I always tell people. And the scariest part about being a organizer, a leader, one that's really about pushing the people forward and wanting them to do certain things and pay attention to certain things is like when people just like you said, like I'm gonna just be on the shade room right now. Like I'm gonna just talk about I don't know whatever. Like I'm in the mix and I'm into the cultural things, but I'm definitely into securing my future. I'm definitely into developing self-dependence, independence. You feel me? Self-reliance. If we can't rely on ourselves, then you feel me? I don't want to have to find out who else we got to rely on. I don't want to have to find out what they want us to do for them to be relied on. You feel me?
Are you shipping produce? You know what I mean? Are you doing any of that? You know what I mean? Just in the event people up here want to, you know what I mean, try?
That's a great question. Not right now, but if I could find by springtime, we can really like ramp up the farm. So right now, we have 4 greenhouses and 3 of them are stocked full of food.
Okay.
So just to give you an idea, each greenhouse has a 30-inch by 100-foot row. So so that means we have 16 available growing spaces. Right now, we have 4, 8, 11 spaces full of food. We're filling up one house. Now we just have to get that filled up. And we have 1 row to fill up in the last house. But going into the spring, we're actually going to ramp up and get 2 more of those. They're 14 feet by 100 feet. And then we're going to get another greenhouse. So we're going to be full of food. We'll start shipping food then.
Okay.
And we can identify the market. Because I did see a post come out about black farmers in Greensboro. I don't think the funding opportunities have hit black farmers in Greensboro. So we'll send food up there to be at like farmers markets or in the truck or something. If I got a van out, well, this is a lot of people in community food, but we're going to see a larger demand for the produce in the coming months, especially in the winter, because a lot of farms don't have the infrastructure to grow in the winter. So in this area with a greenhouse, you can grow through the winter because our winters aren't like frigid. We don't get like below 20 or anything, so we can still grow food. But in a lot of farms don't have that infrastructure, especially black farmers, and we don't have that infrastructure. We have it because we can like maneuver through the system, but a lot of us don't have it to get through these winters. So our production stops in the spring or the fall time. But we have the infrastructure. You know, other farmers have the infrastructure to get food throughout the winter.
What are you growing? You know, right now, what do you have access to?
Right now we have kale that's here, lettuce that's here. We have some mustard greens. The column will be ready probably the beginning of January, and we're going to be planting some arugula, like some salad green mix, and some more baby kale, arugula, and mustard green at last turn of need to get planted. So we're gonna have food all the way from now, all the way until throughout the whole year. Then we'll get bees. We're gonna be getting some new bees in this winter, and we'll get some new genetics in with the bees. So we might, if things go, we might get to 100 beehives this year. So I'm trying to ramp it up. We're getting some more space cleared. I messaged the guy today, so we'll know when he can come out. We're trying to ramp up the production at the farm as much as we can to get food out and to get food to our community. Because like y'all are doing the eyes of the hood, and people like gotta be able to catch on to like the water is the fundamental part of all of this. If we don't have a quality of water, none of this is possible. I think like we're missing like the symbolism and what some of us are doing, but the water is the most important aspect. Without a reliable source of water, like you're gonna be eating crap. Like in every aspect, meat's gonna be crap. If you eat meat, then the vegetables are gonna be crap. You're gonna keep getting sick again. So we gotta be able to catch on to the very like fundamental like aspect of this, and that's the land. Like we get the water to the land.
Fact.
If we don't start, like we can sit here and talk about real estate all the time, and you can go to any platform like, oh, learn how to flip a house. Like that's cool and everything, but the land sustains you. And we can go into the real estate market and only look at it from a house building aspect all we want to, but we're gonna suffer if we keep doing that. The value is in the raw land and us tapping into these wells, tapping into these springs, growing our own food. And that's what everything that sustains us. Then we can do everything else. But we gotta catch on to that.
That's all I'm saying. You feel me? Like, not to not do all that other stuff, but like, if we can't feed ourselves first, then why does it matter about the other stuff? You feel me? Like, I'm just saying, like, we have to secure that for ourselves. And there's so many different levels of doing this. Like, one level is figuring out how to do it for yourself. Some people feel like, oh, I can't. All right, if you can't do it or are not going to do it, find somebody who's doing it. Figure out how you can learn from them or support them. Invest some time. Invest some energy into their project. Promote, sell, share. You feel me? Like, we all got a part to play. You feel me? And the more you feed into Sankofa Farms, the more they got equipment. The more they got, a plentiful crop. The faster they can get to 100 beehives. You feel me? Like, so I'm just saying this. I'm like, man, that's the other thing. Like I said, to be able to look at people sometimes and realize that we got so much power and we could do so much overnight if we decided to. I'm looking at myself as an individual. What we do as individuals is monumental. You feel me? And I have that. I appreciate all the love and support. But it's thousands of people that's like, I appreciate what y'all doing. Y'all, I'm proud of y'all. And I appreciate that. But at the same time, hey, not that none of those people, it's a lot of those people that come with some support, some sweat equity, some financial support. They're promoting. But at the same time, let's all get out here and get our nails dirty a little bit sometimes. Like, I understand at certain levels, like the elders, y'all put in work. I'm here to do that for you. You feel me? I would take any sharing, support, financial, whatever you can. But mobile, able bodies, like, let's be in the mix. Let's be boots on the ground. Like, yeah, we all gotta work, but let's make sure we carving out some time to build with the youth, to invest in this farm. If we not doing our own, let's do once a month at Sankofa Farms where we just gonna dedicate some work. Like, once a month? Like, come on.
Or you can think about that be the place where you invest your money, you know what I mean? Because at the same rate, like, not only are you gonna receive the, the benefit of being able to have plentiful food, but like that'll allow you to be able to provide some other people some job opportunities. To not only learn how to do this, but let me make some money while I'm feeding my family, because I still gotta keep these lights on. Sankofa Farm still gotta keep the energy and everything on, so help me employ some people. You know what I'm saying? And grow this, you know what I mean? And then turn it into 30 of them greenhouses, you know what I mean? As we purchase more land.
And then we'll have food. Like, it won't feed every single person, but the model of it will show us what we all individually need to be doing.
Right.
Like, I get on Facebook, I see y'all doing shows on the freeway, and when I saw it, I was like, yo, that's a great idea because it's COVID safe. Like, why aren't things like that all the time? Then I see Bring Award to Jacksonville, Bring Award to Durham, doing it in Greensboro. I think what we get satisfied is we like, well, if somebody else is doing it, I don't need to do it. But we don't realize it's millions of black people here in America that need a service. Like, we all keep collectively pitching in to inspire and to help our people. And they don't realize, I don't think we realize that I think we're so accustomed to giving our money away and knowing that it's not going to benefit us, we apply that mentality to our own people. And I will say, look, if I give it to a black man or a black woman, I'm not going to get it back. Well, what happens when you go to the Chinese store down the road that gives you your food late and they tell you that they're going to have it ready in 15 minutes, but they don't have it ready, they don't start cooking until you get there because they don't value you as a customer. We give them our money, but we can't give our money, especially the ones who are doing the task or performing the task and can help the rest of us. Like, that's the mental block we got to get over. I was listening to one of the scholars, forget his name, he was on Hidden Colors, and he was talking to one of the gang members in Chicago. And what he was telling them was, he was like, hey, y'all, look, what they're doing is they're getting us to commit annihilation on each other. And then, like, sometimes people be saying stuff like, man, he just wolfy, he just kind of like throwing it out there. He made a claim that he was like, look, what they're doing is they're getting us to justify our own neighborhood one. But then what these private companies are doing, they're buying the land and they're starting farms. And I was like, man, he's making that up. So I went and I looked at Detroit. He said Detroit was a model for it. And that's exactly what's happening. They had the housing crisis and people had to get evicted. And then they had the black on black violence, people get moved out of areas. Private firms are coming in and they're buying these spaces. If you don't believe it, just look at any area where there's a large concentration of black. We'll say 40% in the city for a large concentration of black people. I see 38, 40 around there. And you look at what's happening in the areas of like where black on black violence is being committed. Even though black is submitted, we get into that at some point. But you look at those areas where they filter into, they're heading straight downtown. Like all the areas that are highly touted and where the majority of the violence is going on, they're leading to downtown. Who started moving back into downtown 5 years ago? This wave of people came out of nowhere and started moving back into downtown. So all these lanes and these routes are leading back downtown so that people can have their food supply. And the hoods are where? You can look into any street in Durham, walk down and you can go into a hood eventually. It's leading straight to downtown. That's talking about vertical farming. They transition all of these areas because now you take care of two problems. You get the food, and on the other side of it is you have an area where you don't have to relocate the people because they really commit the genocide on themselves over a period of time.
Right.
So these are things that we have to be more cognizant of. And then when we see people trying to do good in these communities, we gotta put an extra support behind them to try to limit the outcome of what's really going on.
Absolutely. So to your point, talking about not even thinking about, like, from a consumer perspective, not even thinking about the money coming back to you. Like, that's something I've been thinking about bringing to the platform and having a discussion about, just cause, like, I'm just like, look, everybody need to have water. We should be the sole, if not everybody, the black community. Come on now, we supposed to be the sole water provider, you feel me? And some people might be like, all right, that's $1 more than I want to pay, you feel me? I'm gonna get that dollar back to you, promise you feel me? Like, you send that joint to Dasani or Aquafina, Essentia, to never be seen again. To never.
Our city water supply, like Aquafina and Dasani, I think one of them come out of Raleigh. Like, it's crazy.
And if you see it again, it's gonna be in the worst way. You don't know what their money is going towards and putting into your community. You feel me? I promise you, you might see it by way of the jail downtown. You feel me?
Yeah, like we're not understanding, like, because like I don't think we even get like even the power of a water source. If your house, like, we don't got no water bill at the farm. Like, we just get water. The well just pumps the water to the crops. Like, it's really like it saves you money. Like, I think that well was like $4,800. It's at 20 gallons plus a minute. Like, they could have got higher pressure on it, would have dug deeper. And it's just like, these untapped springs and water sources in our communities, and we're still relying on city water, but we have the flexibility to go out and get a better quality of product for ourselves. Like, if we have wells in our yard, you know what else is next? The greenhouses. Like, literally, it's literally like we're talking about less than $10,000 investment for you to be self-sustainable and to produce, like, the amount of food that we can produce in one of those houses. Like, we gotta get back to, like, I'm like thinking like, all right, how do we make the house? But back to like the thing that's like in front of us. But like, we can really produce enough food for ourselves for like literally the whole year, and that's just off of one of the houses. Like, it's easy. Like, we can literally, just to give people an idea, one of those 30-inch beds about 100 feet, we can have 750 heads of lettuce on one of those beds. In the spring, it's every 21 days. So we'll get the transplant in, get the crop in the ground. Since it's warmer, we got the irrigation. We'll have 750 whole heads of lettuce in 21 days. It's crazy.
Man.
We literally can have thousands of musket rings as they grow closer together on one bed in 21, depending on the time you're going from 21 to 28 days.
And it just requires a little bit of sweat equity.
It's crazy. And you know what's even crazier about it? A black farmer showed me the model for it. Showed me the model. And then I'm like, all right, cool. Like, we start implementing that this farm. Like, literally, you can get a beehive. You can get startup costs $340. They're not as essential as the produce because honey, like, we don't have to have honey in part of my diet. But they are good for pollination. But like all of these facets, the amount of money we spend on clothes in a year, or even 6 months, we can be self-sustainable. We can be self-sustainable in that same amount of time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's all about the intention. It's all about being specific about what we need and what we need to go about getting. Yeah, there are going to be gaps of not knowing how to manifest these certain ideas, but we got information all around us. We got experience and wisdom all around us. You can ask people that got experience. You can research, do your Googles and all that. I'm farming. What's the method, family? Peace, peace. Yeah, so I will recommend you going on Instagram, follow @Sankofa Farms. This good brother right here is all the way tapped into the agricultural world. He can give you all types of information and direction. But yeah, if you haven't, let me see you back. I believe y'all can still hear me though. If y'all haven't followed on YouTube, follow S.O.U.L Society NC. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Come on, so we can fast. Facts. Yeah, I think we back. We almost back. But yeah, if you on Instagram, on YouTube, follow @S.O.U.L Society NC, subscribe, like, comment, just give us a little bit of love and energy towards that, and that's gonna help us, start to kick up this monetary engine that we building up over there. This is about to end, you feel me? I'm gonna probably come back for a little second. I don't know if you want to come back, but I'm gonna use these last 2 minutes though. So you basically just talking about like just the idea of like being intentional. You said about $10,000 you can build this greenhouse. You feel me? So that's the first step. So all right, huh? What?
With a well, it'd be less than 10,000. The greenhouse, like.
Oh, that's including the well?
That's including the well.
Dang. So that's what I'm saying, you feel me? So even if you don't got it, how can you partner up with somebody?
So what you would do is, I can literally, if people are interested, we can go on live, like we can set up a live, like how to get started farming. And we'll talk about it.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Companies, like, they would tell me, like, we can do it. Like, they would tell me, like, hey, we backed up because so many people are requesting these whales. And I was like, I know why they're requesting them. The same reason why we were requesting them. And that's to grow food for yourself. I don't know how bad I'm lagging on this, but we can set up the live. But
yeah, it's chopped and screwed.
Talk about like how to find a whale company.
Nah, we definitely going. I'm gonna definitely hit you and lock that up ASAP. Like we got to do that ASAP. Matter of fact, we probably do like a we probably do like an Instagram live or something with that. Not Instagram, YouTube. I want to YouTube that joint and just keep that up there. You feel me? Because that's something we need to pull from, and we could chop it up and put it on the Instagram as well. But yeah, so I'll holler at you this evening sometime, and we'll look at a date in the next week or two.
Cool. Appreciate y'all.
Man, appreciate you. All right, we'll talk soon.
All right, we'll be in contact.
Peace.
All
right, we appreciate all y'all for tapping in. Yeah, we just tapped in on this cost to be a boss talk. We ain't even really get into some of the trials and tribulations that deep, you feel me? But yeah, follow us on YouTube. We gonna probably wrap this up on YouTube. We'll pop back in here, I don't know, somewhere in the near future. We just gonna start popping up out of nowhere, so we ain't, dragging our feet with popping in here, you feel me? So yeah, tap in, get your water at heavyenergyuniversity.com. SO.U.L/shop. Get your gear and all that good stuff. So yeah, appreciate y'all tapping in.
Bless up.
One love. All right, we still here on the YouTube. Let me see what you had just said. My bad. Let me see.
I think she said she was in Grenada.
Thanks, bro. I'm from Grenada. That's in the Caribbean. Give thanks. Always turn in when you're on love. The energy. That's love. That's big love. I can send y'all C-Mos. Just say the word. Oh yeah, we gonna tap in. We gonna tap in, get all that, and see what else is over there. We with all those glow. I guess I can come back and get this. All right, I got it. But yeah, though. So
appreciate y'all for tapping in, and everybody that's gonna be looking in, after this, follow us on Instagram as well, S.O.U.L Society NC. And I'm not sure if you weren't able to hear that full conversation with Kamal Bell, but definitely, go check that out and follow him at Sankofa Farms on Instagram, and also get ready for the follow-up, what we were just, speaking on, that how to, start a farm, conversation, that talk, that'll be a good startup for a lot of people that are looking to start something out there, or want to, give something to educate someone else, like the youth, it's accessible to them by people that look like them.
Yeah.
And head to HeavyEnergyUniversity.com and get your Namazi, get your your live alkaline water, get your know thyself, love thyself, be thyself, and all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all for tapping in.
For sure. So yeah, make sure y'all subscribe. Please subscribe, like, comment, pour some love into us. We're gonna pour it back. We greatly appreciate y'all for all the love, time, and support, energy, effort, and everything. So we'll be tapping in with y'all soon, Stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready.